and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anu Joshi and I'm a real estate broker based in Toronto in the GTA. I am very happy to be welcoming you to part 2 of our 3-part health and wellness series with Dr. Nadkarni. Welcome, Dr. Nadkarni, to the channel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And Dr. Nadkarni is an Ayurvedic MD. She is a registered holistic nutritionist and a certified base allergy consultant. She's also an international speaker and educator, and we're very happy to have you on our channel today. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We heard from you on the last video about food and nutrition and managing your eating habits and being aware of nutrition. Today, what we wanted to talk to you about is stress management. So how realtors and entrepreneurs, other people that have, stressful work lives can manage that stress.
Okay. So the one thing I want to say is, we are in the middle of the COVID pandemic. But I think stress is the real pandemic in today's world, So everybody is stressed. Everybody is reeling from some effects of stress, right? And then there is what we call eustress that pushes us into action. And there is the distress that you can feel in your organs. You can feel anxiety. You can feel fatigued, overwhelmed, too much to do, not eating well, not sleeping well. So that's the stress we're actually going to talk about and take care of.
Yeah.
So the first thing is creating an awareness and acknowledging that you are stressed. That's where it all begins, because with busy entrepreneurs, with busy realtors, they don't want to even acknowledge the kind of stress they have, because they're like, oh, it's a part of the job, it's just the way it is. So I'm just going to go continue functioning the way it is.
Yes.
So the first thing is, if you are having a lot of anxiety, or if you are having a lot of overwhelm, if you're tired, if you have any physical issues, whether it could be manifested as diabetes or arthritis or high blood pressure or any physical symptoms or any mental symptoms, then take a step back and really try to look at your life and be aware of where is the stress coming from. Right? So is it coming from your job, or is it coming from a poor diet, or is it coming from family issues or something else? And then try to resolve it. But the more awareness you have around stress or where it's coming from in your life, the more you're going to be successful at tackling it.
Right. So step 1 is knowing where it comes from, of course.
Yeah.
Now, what would you recommend? And you touched on it already, but there's this I hustle 24/7 kind of persona that a lot of entrepreneurs have, and part of it is required. But I mean, I don't know if it's required 24/7, but that hustling is almost romanticized, right? So that must have negative effects on the body and the mind.
Yeah. And that's where, because I am an entrepreneur as well. So I love, I go to these conferences. The last conference I was at was with Brendan Burchard, and he always talks about, your life's work versus busy work, right? You could be busy, but you could be zero productive, right? So you have to identify that. And hustling is romanticized, but it's not necessary. You might do a lot of work, but you might get nowhere. You might be on a hamster wheel running in circles, but you're outputting and nobody's paying attention, or you're creating things and then, you're not even putting them out and you're doing. So you have to identify, that's again the first piece, and be aware. And one of the best strategies to deal with this is, creating a plan for yourself. And it could be an hour plan. So morning is the magical time in Ayurveda. We talk about, the benefits of routines. So in Ayurveda, we're really big on routines for managing your stress. And we have daily routines, we have night routines, we have seasonal routines, we have routines. So creating a routine for yourself, and as busy entrepreneurs, like especially realtors, if you can't plan your entire day, plan an hour of your day. That's all you have to do. So when you wake up, that 1 hour of your day, if you plan it perfectly, if you do everything, meditation or just sitting with yourself, journaling, trying to figure out what you're going to do in the day, having a really good nourishing breakfast at that time. So that 1 hour you can optimize and you can de-stress in that hour. And that also helps get this energy that you can carry throughout the 23 next hours of the day.
Yes, of course. Now, I know you mentioned that it should be in the morning. From the Ayurvedic standpoint, the morning is really, sunrise or just before that, I guess
Yes.
you mentioned.
Yes.
So what is your tip to anyone in terms of if they don't already have a routine or if they have one but they want to optimize it? What are a couple of tips that you would give them for their morning routine?
So the first thing is, as soon as you wake up, just, sit and breathe. A simple thing or breathing exercise pranayam is known as Nadi Shodhan, or we talk about alternate nostril breathing. So you're literally taking your palm, you're crossing like two fingers, and then you're just breathing in through one nostril, breathing out through the other, then you breathe in through the same one and breathe out through this. So that channelizes your, left and right brain and
Okay.
really grounds and centers you. So even if you do this for 5 minutes every single morning,
Yeah.
you just wake up, you breathe in from one nostril, breathe out through the other, breathe in from that, breathe out. So that's one cycle. And that shuts out that stress response to do, oh my God, I have like this entire day, I have so many meetings,
Yes, yes,
This grounds you, this like really aligns you, this kind of
yes.
balances your left, right brain.
Yeah.
And you're calmer, you're centered.
Yes.
I like to grab a tea. So
Okay.
in the morning, I'll grab holy basil is one of my favorite teas.
Okay.
So holy basil, known as tulsi in Ayurveda,
Yes.
is a fantastic herb which can help with stress and anxiety, and it's also immune boosting. So because of the pandemic, stress
Right.
can negatively impact your immunity. So grabbing a holy basil tea, you can sit with your journal. You can journal to just have all your thoughts on paper. You
Right.
can have meditation practice where you're just closing your eyes, just focusing on your body, relaxing or breathing. So however you like to do, that could be a part of your meditation practice.
Yes.
So literally like 10 minutes for this alternate nostril breathing, the next 10 minutes for your meditation practice, and you've already done 20 minutes for it. The next 20 minutes, you can move your body,
Mm-hmm.
right? So any light exercising, or because exercise also will have endorphins and
Yes.
those help you combat stress. So it could be, sun salutations, it could be rotations of your body. If you are, not in physical health, do a lot of vigorous exercise, stretch when you're sitting on your chair, but moving your entire body, moving every joint is extremely important, because if you sit a lot, if you're constantly sitting in the car, or have a sedentary job, or do a lot of paperwork, this is important. And then the next 20 minutes of your day you could devote to eating healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't want to start eating that earlier in the morning, you could just maybe plan your day out in the next 20 minutes, that okay,
Right.
these are things I'm going to do, or this is how I'm planning my lunch, this is how I'm planning my dinner. So in that 1 hour of the day, you've pretty much conquered everything to do with the rest 23 hours of the day.
Right. And I've heard it from, numerous business coaches and numerous successful entrepreneurs that having a powerful morning routine really sets you up for success for the rest of the day.
Yeah. And start somewhere, if you can't devote that entire hour, maybe start with a 10-minute alternate nostril breathing,
Yes.
Try not to grab your cell phone, and don't be in reactive mode, because when
Yes.
we're on social media, we are acting from a lot of reactivity. But you have to be a lot more grounded in yourself to, optimize. Your body has to, like, that stress response has to be shut down. Everything has to be calmer.
Right.
For you to operate and think rationally as well, rather than reacting. So
Yeah.
a powerful morning routine is extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
Before you leave the house, you can always focus on a really good nourishing breakfast. As I mentioned in the previous video too, that's important for stress management, because
Yes.
your food provides you all the nutrients necessary for stress management. So, that one meal can totally change your stress management as well, or
Yes.
stress levels as well. So taking care of that is extremely important. There are lots of different meditations, you can, like, I have today I recorded an interview on something called Yoga Nidra. So you're lying down and passively you're relaxing your entire body. Um, and you're conscious at the time. So you have a heightened state of awareness, and that also helps relax your body, at the same time tackle your stressors.
Right.
But there are lots of options available, it could be yoga, it could be meditation, it could be art,
Yes.
just
creative
painting.
outlets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
just something to have that release, for stress management.
So for someone like a realtor or entrepreneur that has a super packed day, maybe they're able to get in like a partial morning routine, but they're on the go pretty much the rest of the day. Do you have any tips of what they can do? Maybe I'm in my car before a showing, or someone's going into a meeting, pitching something. When we have a few minutes in our day here and there, what can we do then?
So the same alternate nostril breathing, you can do that. You can
Okay.
say 3 words of gratitude where you're really grateful for certain things, and that shifts
Yes.
your perspective.
Yes.
That puts you in a positive mindset. I usually have an app called Calm on my phone.
Yes.
So Calm or Headspace, these are apps, and they
Yeah.
have shorter meditations. So between my clients, if I'm having a busy day, because I see clients back to back from 9:30 sometimes up till 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then I have a gap for my lunch. So even if it's 10 minutes between clients, you can sit down and really close your eyes and just be.
Yes.
So try to be like cultivate a state of being. We are so much focused on doing and output in our
Yes.
day that we
Yeah.
forget to just be, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even in those 10 minutes, just be in your body, just
Right.
be. If you're in your car, if you can see the grass outside, or if you can see certain trees outside,
Yeah.
connect with nature. If
Yes.
you have some time, just go for a walk,
Yeah.
connect with nature. So 10 minutes, but just focus on being rather than doing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, the breathing exercise that you were mentioning, is there any way you're able to give us a demo?
Oh yeah, so literally taking your palm and
Yeah.
using the 2 fingers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so you're just manipulating your nostrils with these two, right?
Okay.
So you breathe in through the right side. You can hold. Breathe out through the left side. Now breathe in through the left. Hold. Breathe out through the right side. So this is extremely simple.
Yeah, very
So you
simple.
are, and you do this for 5 minutes, and everything just calms down. You reach a completely different state of your mind.
Yeah.
The other, if you are like, okay, I'm getting confused between hands, or I don't want to do that, that's also
Yeah.
for some people. They see certain
Sure.
mechanisms, and they're like, okay, I want it easier. So
Yeah.
literally taking this palm, putting on your belly, and when you breathe in, you can see the belly expanding. You breathe out, you see the belly contracting.
Yes.
So every time you're breathing deeply in through your belly, you're also shutting down the stress response. Your diaphragm, which is like the curtain that is between your,
Mm-hmm.
thorax and abdomen, that kind of
Yes.
relaxes down, and that's going to support the adrenals and almost like comfort them, right?
Yes.
So belly breathing is one way. The other way is putting another hand on your chest, one on
Yes.
the left, one on the chest, and that helps comfort you. So if you are in a lot of anxiety, or if you want to close the window really bad, but you're not sure how it's going to go, or you're
Yes.
really nervous, just taking that hand on your heart,
Yes.
because your heart is like your soul seat, or that can really comfort and calm you. So
Yes.
you can do this just before a meeting. You can
Right.
just do like 5 breaths, and then you're good to go, and you're
Right.
much calmer, you're much confident, and that can be perceived by the client as well. We can
Yes.
always tell when a person is confident or not.
Yes.
The less stressed you are,
Mhm.
the less you're gonna feed into your client's stress,
Yeah.
and the easier it is for them to make decisions that are in your favor. So that's
Right.
something to always remember.
Absolutely. And just one point, I mean, if someone is psychologically stressed, I mean, their mind is going haywire. Hey, am I going to get the deal? Am I going to close close this transaction? So that manifests in a physical way. Now, doing breathing exercises or mindfulness exercises, it is true that doing those will physiologically calm your body down, and then psychologically the effect will also follow, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're calming your body down, and also, you go to a state where you know what matters. So definitely every client matters. But then there are also certain times where, a certain deal can be worth 10 other deals. So you have to optimally prepare your body,
Yes.
right? And you have to show up your best. So this is how because there's also a saying in yoga, that you shouldn't be super elevated when, you know, you're happy, and you shouldn't be like really depressed when you're, you know, sad or something's negative. So you should be in that mental state of balance, you know. So this helps you cultivate that state of balance in yoga, which is known as Sthita Prajna. So you're situated in your like intellect and not operating from reactivity or a lot of passion.
Yes.
So de-stressing is really going to help calm you down, and it's, we're trying to connect with ourselves. We're not just trying to, you know, take pills or something to manage your
Of course.
stress. Yeah.
Of course, there has to be a natural way to do it so that it's sustainable, right? Because even taking medicines and, you know, relieving it topically is not the solution, I guess you would say.
Yeah, and see, there's a time and place for medications, you know, whether you are, if you are having severe anxiety that's impacting your life, 100% the pills can help you.
Yes.
But also, if you manage your lifestyle in such a way that, you know, you're doing your part, then definitely you can go for pills and all that. But always, a lot of solutions are more internal. And with, it's not just about the deal, you know, sometimes you have so much at the back of your mind that without realizing there's this cumulative stress about everything, right? So if you really create that awareness of where the stressor is coming from, always delegating excess work. We try to do, like in entrepreneurship, it's like, oh, I need to be doing everything.
Yes.
People are almost proud of how they're not eating well or not taking care of themselves because they're busy with work.
Right.
But if your vehicle breaks down, you know, if the car that you're driving is going to break down, you're never going to reach anywhere. So this is your car, right?
Absolutely.
You have to maintain your car, you know, give it oiling, give it rest.
Yes.
And that's when you can reach your goals.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dr. Nadkarni, for sharing your tips on stress management. You guys can also follow her on Instagram. I will tag her handle there too. I know you share tips about meditation, mindfulness, and holistic nutrition. So thank you very much for being with us.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them down below. We will do our best to answer them. I'll also connect you to Dr. Nadkarni's website and all our social media links so you can reach out. But thank you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.